This Saturday is the greatest pay-per-view. This Saturday is the Royal Rumble. Royal Rumble is my favorite pay-per-view. It's my favorite pay-per-view because I love the Royal Rumble, because the Royal Rumble is my favorite type of matchup. Oh, because this Saturday is the Royal Rumble. Let's get on to the first match of the night. The 2 out of 3 falls for the WWE Tag Team titles. Motor City Machine Gun versus DIY. Obviously, when they do these types of matches, it's always going to go into fall number 3. But I think Motor City Machine Guns winning the belts. The only reason, listen to this is the only reason I say they're winning the belt, because they're going to have a back and forth matchup. So what I think is going to happen is that Motor City Machine Gun will win the tag titles. Then we're going to go into Elimination Chamber for the number 1 contendership match. Yes, now the Elimination Chamber, previously known as New Year's Revolution, previously then known as No Way Out, was just a regular pay-per-view with nothing. It's we do our things as scheduled, we do our things as set, but now the Elimination Chamber has become more like a set-up contendership type pay-per-view for WrestleMania. So I think they're going to have the tag title contendership there. DIY will win that, and we'll have match 3, and that's where DIY will win back the belts from Motor City Machine Gun. So I just think they're just doing this because they're going to be 1-1 each. So as far as tag titles taken, so I'm going to say it's going to be 1-1. So that's where I think they're going to give it to Motor City Machine Gun. Then we have the WWE Championship. Cody Rhodes versus Kevin Owens in a ladder match. All right, Kevin Owens ain't winning this. I'm going to say that right now. Kevin Owens ain't winning it. I don't think they're not going to give him the belt. And I feel like, okay, at first when I looked at it, I was like, why is the Winged Eagle title why? Because Kevin Owens didn't win it and Cody's not carrying it. Now I'm thinking the reason why both belts are there because Cody has stated in the past that he would love to hold the Winged Eagle belt. So I think Cody will win the match, grab both belts, lift up both belts, and then as he's leaving, there will be a backstage segment, or if not a backstage segment, but before they go to the press conference, there might be like oh look, breaking news. Oh, check this out. What happened on social media? Cody just put away the WWE title, and now he's walking to the press conference with only the Winged Eagle belt. So I think that this is their way of transitioning and saying, okay, we're using the Winged Eagle belt. But Cody, I think, will be the one to hold that. And he's going to go into WrestleMania with the Winged Eagle belt. It'll be a great match, nonetheless. I will say that it'll be a really stellar match, is what I think. But Cody, he's winning the belt, well, retaining the belt, and using the Winged Eagle belt. Now we go into the main attractions, the matches that everybody watches the Royal Rumble for, and that's the Royal Rumble matches. We're going to start with the Women's Royal Rumble match. It's a good match. One thing I don't like that they did, because obviously, we have returns that happen. We have debuts that happen, NXT call-ups, which it's already been put out that they have no plans or no desires of using any NXT talent at the Royal Rumble. So we could forget about this year having any NXT call-ups. But Charlotte Flair was kind of spoiled. What I feel that WWE should have done was not even mention Charlotte Flair's returning. Just surprise. Look, Charlotte's back. She'd get much more of a pop or a reception versus, oh, we already know you're coming back. Because Charlotte's one of those wrestlers that you either love her or you don't like her at all. And there's a lot of people that really dislike her. And then there are some that go, oh, you know what? I can be on board with Charlotte now. But so with them putting it out, there might be more like seriously, I don't care for. So, but what they should have done was let it be silent. Don't say nothing. Charlotte showed that she'll get a much bigger pop and reception. People will actually give a damn. Versus now you're going to have a lot of people that go, whatever. So that's one mistake I think WWE did. But now, what I think is going to happen, this is what I think will happen with the Women's Royal Rumble. At number one will be Bailey. Now, why do I think Bailey will enter at number one? Because she is currently the defending Royal Rumble winner. She was last year's Rumble winner. So I think what they're gonna do with Bailey is have her come out at number one, and when she comes out at number one, go all the way. She's gonna have one of those lengthy, hey, I've been in this match for 45 minutes, an hour, something like that. She's gonna have one of those lengthy runs. She's probably gonna go all the way to the final four, get eliminated, but it's gonna show that, hey, look, she won last year, so it's not like she just out the door and forget about it. No, she's going to be a trooper and really defend her title from last year. So that's where I think she's going to be at number one, and she's going to go all the way to the final four. They're going to bring it up. Oh my God, look at her. She's been in here for this long. So that's what I think will happen with Bailey. Now, when I think returns, this is where I see returns for the women. I see Asuka returning because she was cleared before January. She was cleared the end of last year. So they didn't come out during the Intercontinental title finals, the women's Intercontinental finals. So I was like, okay, I think they're saving her for the Royal Rumble, because also she recently put out a tweet about how the fans were talking about what she didn't do and how she could have, would have, should have, and she's like, I don't like it. I'm fed up with the fans acting like this, and I'll prove it to them when I return. I'm gonna prove it to them soon. So I'm like, yeah, you're kind of just, you're telling us, yeah, you're coming back at the Rumble. I would love to see Asuka back at the Royal Rumble, because Asuka's my girl, and I would love to see her back in action. Because again, I feel like, to me, the women's division is missing something, and that's Asuka. Another return is Jade Cargill, because they have put out a spoiler that Jade Cargill is able to return soon. Because everybody knows the reason why she left wasn't a real injury, wasn't any sort of reason. More so that she had. I don't even know how this. I don't know how stuff like this works. Because I know I've watched channels like Maven and stuff, and he's explained about how vacation time works, and it's not as easy. So I don't know how it worked with her. How she managed to get like 2 months of vacation to go to the Bahamas, and then she had something else she had to deal with as well when she. So it's like, so there was that. I don't know, but she took vacation. That's all I'm gonna say. So everybody knows she's back because she posted that she's back and she's free now. She's done with the vacation. So she's going to be back at the Royal Rumble. What better place for her to come back? And I think she will return. Okay, before going to Jade, I think Asuka will return when we have Io Sky and Dakota Kai. No, wait, Dakota Kai got injured this Monday. So Dakota Kai won't be there then. So it's just going to be Io Sky will be in the ring and Kairi Sane. And yeah, Kairi Sane is another return. Even though technically it's not a return, because she's only been out for 3 weeks, but they're going to claim it as a return. So I think it's going to be what their original plan was, to have all three Damage Control women in the ring, and then Asuka's music hit. So now it's going to be 3 of them. That's what I think is going to happen. Asuka comes back and they're all like, oh my God, Asuka, holy shit. They're all going to hug. And then I think Asuka's going to stare down at Damage Control and eliminate Damage Control. That's what I think is going to happen. Just like that, Damage Control eliminated. And Asuka is going to go on her own. Jade Cargill will come out when Naomi and... What's her name? Naomi and... Oh my God, I'm blanking. Naomi and Bianca Belair. And she's going to confront them. She's going to stare them down. Look at Bianca. Be like, I'm back, girl. But then stare down at Naomi and be like, girl, you took what's mine, and now I'm coming after you. And then she's going to eliminate Naomi. And then we're going to see a thing on SmackDown where she's going to explain it that you, Naomi, you're the one who attacked me so that you can take my belt without having to earn it. Because your friend, you took advantage of your friendship with Bianca just so that you can be women's tag champion. That's what I think the story's going. It's going to be a story with Naomi and Jade, but I think Bianca is going to defend Naomi and say that Naomi wouldn't do anything like this I know her. She's good. She's clean. She would, and then Jade's gonna bring up the whole, where were you? You were in a match when I got attacked. How do you know what she did and didn't do? And then Bianca's gonna be conflicted, and then she's gonna be like, you know what? I don't want to be in between you two. She's gonna leave, and Jay's gonna be like, if that's the case, fine. I don't need you either. And then we're gonna have a three-way feud between all three of them. Oh, and by the way, they're gonna lose the tag titles as well to somebody. But that's where I think they're gonna set up at the Royal Rumble with Jade eliminating Naomi and staring at Bianca like, hey, she had to go. Another return, Becky Lynch, because Seth Rollins 2 weeks ago kind of said, maybe my wife might be wanting to come back, because someone, I forgot who he was in a promo with, and they brought up Becky, and she brought up the fact that maybe she might want to come back, you know? So I'm like, all right, if they're already mentioning and teasing it, I think Becky's returning at the Royal Rumble. Another return that was actually spoiled was Trish Stratus, because thank you, Trish, but why did you need to go on, why did you need to go on Twitter and say, I'll be at Indianapolis? Like, we couldn't be surprised. Like, I would have loved to be surprised, but we know Trish is returning, and that's her thing. Since the first Women's Royal Rumble was, Trish will always be there. So another legend I think could be there if she has free time will be Lita, because these two always are at the. But most likely, it, Lita might not be there because the amount of women that's there, TNA roster that they could use. So, maybe Lita, but another one was Alexa Bliss, but apparently was it last week or earlier this week, the word came out that Alexa Bliss and WWE had a falling out with contract agreement, and apparently Alexa Bliss wanted the contract renegotiation because her contract was up. Technically, she said, technically her contract was up, but WWE said, due to your time off, we have already extended you for the time off. We can renegotiate then. And Alexa didn't want that. So Alexa said, then I don't want to come back. But WWE mentioned that the longer you're out, the longer your extension period will be. So right now, Alexa doesn't want to come back, and she more preferably now there's word going out that she might want to leave the company and just not even return and just stay home and be a mom. So there's some confliction there. So we'll see if if WWE came to an agreement with her or if she decided to agree. But for now, WWE put out the statement that Alexa Bliss will not be returning anytime soon, and Alexa Bliss put it out that I will not be returning anytime soon. So that's sad. I was looking forward to it because I like Alexa Bliss. She's one of the female wrestlers I enjoy watching. But that's where I see the women's Royal Rumble returns. I see the debut of Jordynne Grace. That's right, Jordynne Grace. I see Jordynne Grace making her WWE debut at the Royal Rumble because she was on an interview with Chris Van Fleet after her contract was done. And she did mention that, yes, it's been put out. Yes, people talked about it, and it's true. The cat's out of the bag. I am signed with WWE. But she never said anything about the Royal Rumble. She said, maybe, I don't know. But I definitely would love to be in Indiana. I'm like, you're going to be there. You'll make your debut there. So I think Jordynne Grace is going to make her debut. Who do I think is winning the Royal Rumble, though? Simple. Jordynne Grace. Seriously, that's who I think is winning the female women's Royal Rumble. Jordynne Grace. It'll be a huge shock to know that, hey, former TNA star who now signed with WWE. It's also kind of a bad look for WWE's partnership with TNA that they stole a wrestler from TNA, made it their own wrestler, only to give them a Rumble win. I think that they will do it anyways. I think Jordynne Grace is winning the Royal Rumble, or the Women's Royal Rumble, I should say. Now, moving on to the Men's Royal Rumble. As we all know, they spoiled a lot of things in the Men's Royal Rumble, which I don't like it. I really don't. I like maybe like one or two names being thrown out there just because, you can have the excitement. Like John Cena, we know he's coming. All right, perfect. CM Punk throws his name in the hat just because, I don't have anything else better to do. It's screwed. I'm in the Royal Rumble. Or Roman Reigns puts it out that, hey, big things are happening for me. I'm at the Rumble with the WWE 2K25. Just a couple names to tease our taste buds, if you will. But instead we go out and we're like, oh, we know that Seth Rollins is in, we know that Jay is in, we know that Jimmy is in, Sami Zayn, CM Punk, Seth, Cena, and I'm like, please, can we not have all these spoilers? Please. I I would love to be surprised at 3, 2, 1. Oh my God, they're in. Cool, good. Not now. It's like, yeah, I already know. So WWE next year's Rumble, please, just maybe one or two names, just because you want to advance a story you're telling. Other than that, keep quiet. Don't say anything until the day of the Royal Rumble, please. I liked it when you used to do it like that. Anyways, so going into returns, I think storyline wise, Finn Balor's return, because it's a storyline. Well, he'll do his thing when Damien comes out. He will return. He'll be like, oh my God, Damien did this. They're going to have their little brawl back and forth. I think Finn, I think Finn Balor will get eliminated, which is going to be more of an icing on the cake for Judgment Day to slowly break off, because that's what it looks like they're doing. Judgment Day is slowly breaking off with Finn slowly leaving, Liv Morgan not caring as much for Finn anymore, and kind of like, Dom, look what you did. It's not gonna fix things kind of mood. So it's like they're slow, and then now with JD being out for months, I think this is where they're like, you know what, Finn, get eliminated. Liv's gonna be like, I don't care for you, Finn, and then Dom is gonna be like, yo, Finn, and Finn's gonna be like, screw you attitude. So I think this is their way of slowly etching out Judgment Day, and we have, I think, Dolph Ziggler. Now, obviously, Nick Nemeth. I know what he stated. He stated that I don't want to go back. I love the partnership with that TNA has with WWE, but I wanted to leave that place for so long because I wanted to wrestle on under my own. I didn't, and I wanted out for so long. After 20 years, they finally granted it to me. I don't want to be like in 6 months. All right, sure, I'll go right back, right into it, because I know what they're going to do. But I have a feeling. I have a feeling they're going to give him what he wants. They're going to let him be Nick Nemeth. They're going to let him be the Nick Nemeth character. They're going to also let him go far for TNA. They're going to let him go in the Final Four. That's how I think they're going to sway him to come back. He's going to be in the Final Four. That's what I think. You're going to see, oh my God, it's Nick Nemeth at number whatever. Oh my God. Oh my God, I can't believe it. Nick Nemeth is in the Final Four. Could a TNA wrestler do it just like the women did? So I think that's where he may come. I know it's a stretch, but I'm still putting it on my predictions of he may return. And we got Randy Orton, because Randy Orton's been out for 2 months, right? He's been out for 2 months. No, more than 2 months. 3 months. By the time the Rumble hits, yeah, it's around 3 months. So I think he's going to return. But where I think is going to happen is he's going to return, help Cody Rhodes win by attacking Kevin Owens. And then when he does that, we all know that he's back, right? But at the same time, he's going to stare down at Cody Rhodes face to face, eye to eye, look at him, point at the WrestleMania sign, and then tell him, he goes, I'm winning the Rumble. That means we know he's in the Rumble match. So that's what I think they're going to do with Randy Orton. Matt and Jeff Hardy, I think they're coming back. And the only reason I think they're coming back, because it's already been spoiled that WWE already had plans for Matt and Jeff to be at WrestleMania to defend the TNA tag titles against the WWE tag champions or world tag champions. But they want them to bring the TNA tag title to face one of the tag team champions. So I think how they're going to do it is they're going to have them at the Royal Rumble, both of them, and they're going to stare down tag champions to set up story. That's what I think is going to happen. And ironically, Matt and Jeff said they will never, ever, ever return to WWE, and they rather retire anywhere else or die before going back to WWE. But I think with this partnership, I think they're going to get what they want, so that's why they're going to go back. And then lastly, Omos. Why Omos? Because if anyone knows, Omos was let go, then reinstated, but before getting reinstated, he went to Pro Wrestling Noah in Japan, got reinstated, and then when he got reinstated, He was the Pro Wrestling Noah champion, but his time at Pro Wrestling Noah was short. He did say at the end of the last event that during the press conference, he said, I have to return back to WWE. Here you go. He just handed the tag titles, which first of all was a big disrespect on Omos's part. He should have done the honorable way, which is job or lose the tag titles rather than just here you go. So because he did that and said, I have to go back to WWE, I'm like, oh, you're returning at the Royal Rumble. 100% Omos, you're coming back at the Rumble. Is he going to do anything? No. Is he going to go far? No. Is he just going to come in, throw one or two lower mid-carder, under-carder guys and get eliminated? Yeah. So that's what I think is going to happen. Oh, by the way, also Josh Alexander and I forgot. Yeah, Josh Alexander, I think might come to WWE. Who knows? Because his contract was supposed to end on February 6th, but it ended at Genesis instead. They granted Josh Alexander the early end to his contract, just like they did Jordan Grace, where they let her contract end early too. That's where I'm thinking, could it be because he wants to be in the Royal Rumble as a WWE wrestler? So that's where I think Josh Alexander will be there. And I think Jonathan Gresham is also going to show up because during Jordan Grace's interview on Chris Van Fleet, she did say, hey, my husband's contract was up. His was up like 2 weeks before mine. He didn't go anywhere. I think he's also coming to WWE as well. Now, who do I think is winning the men's Royal Rumble? Easy. John Cena. That's an obvious one. John Cena is winning it. And he's going to challenge Gunther because it makes no sense to challenge Cody Rhodes. And the only reason I say it is because it would hurt Cody Rhodes big time. It would really, really hurt the run that he had if Cena goes in. Because Cena can't lose. That's the thing. But with Gunther losing, it won't affect Gunther because Gunther can still climb. But Cody, he's at that time where it's like, no, he can't go. But Cody facing CM Punk, it won't hurt either men. It won't. So that's where I think Cena will win and challenge for Gunther for the World Heavyweight Championship. So there's my predictions for what's going to happen. And this Saturday is Royal Rumble. Let me know what you think will happen at the Royal Rumble in the comment section below. And if you like video games and you like wrestling, well, this is the channel for you. Hit that subscribe button if you're not yet subscribed. And hit the bell button and turn on all notifications when we upload brand new videos. As you know, we upload 3 videos a week. Remember, as always, enjoy life, keep on collecting, and we'll see y'all for another video.